Hello, my name is CU, and today I wanted to show you guys my desk setup for school and content creation for 2021. This workspace has been in the making for the past about a year, I'd say. And of course, the setup isn't completely finished. If you have any recommendations, I would love to hear in the comments. But hopefully, this video can help by inspiring you to work on your own setup. If you see anything you like in the video, I'll be sure to post any links I can find in the description below. Also, consider subscribing to the channel so I can post more relaxed content. It's free and unsubscribing is just as easy. So, we'll start with the most expensive part of the tour, the computer. At the heart, it has a Ryzen 5 3600, which is a 6-core and 12-thread processor. The 3600 performs pretty well for heavy workloads such as editing and is at the sweet spot for gaming with its 6 cores. For RAM, I have 32GB at 3200 MHz speed with a 512GB SSD for my boot drive. The GPU is a 2060 Super. Although it is a last-gen graphics card, it still has decent support for ray tracing and has Nvidia's NVENC, basically making it much easier to stream off the GPU. And everything is housed in the Fractal Meshify C, giving it a classy look while having really great airflow. For those trying to build a computer at the moment, I completely understand your frustration, but be sure to be patient and deals will eventually come. Next up, I want to talk about my peripherals. My keyboard right now is quite the budget option and can easily be found on Amazon for less than $50. It's called the TechWare Phantom 10 keyless and features quite a minimal look if you're into that. The model I own comes with brown switches, however, other models can include red and blue switches. I customized my keyboard with putting keycaps to show off the RGB, but beware that if you buy it from Amazon, it will not come with it. For my mouse, I use a Razer Viper Ultimate. The mouse comes with an ambidextrous design, meaning that both left and right hand users will be comfortable with it. And part of its high-end price tag comes from the charging dock, making it much easier to charge, especially for lazy people like myself. You may realize that my setup doesn't come with speakers, and that's because I normally don't find myself wanting to use it. Instead, I use a headset from HyperX called the Cloud Alphas. These headphones have great sound quality for the many years I've used it for. This comes with personal experience. When it comes to peripherals, be sure to buy at least a mid-tier item and just keep it. Budget items for mouses and headphones normally come cheaply made and need to be replaced within months. Now, let's talk monitors. For my setup, I have 2 monitors, one horizontal and one in portrait mode. For my primary display, I have an MSI Mag 274 RF-QD. Quite a long name, but this monitor is quite amazing. It gets its name from having a 27-inch design and having technology called quantum dot. And basically what quantum dot is it takes the color from the screen and reproduces it using wavelengths to create much more accurate and brighter colors. And adding on to that, this monitor has an IPS panel rather than a TN or VA panel. While TN panels still have the advantage of having faster response times, technology and IPS have gotten so much better that I feel that it's worth to get an IPS panel with the lower response times they have now. This IPS panel also has a 1440p display with a refresh rate of up to 165 Hz. The panel that I have to the left of my primary is an AOC 24G2. This monitor actually came from a friend of mine, but after doing some research, I found that this monitor has a 144 Hz refresh rate while being 1080p. As the secondary monitor, I put this monitor in portrait mode instead because it allows me to have more production during coding and multitasking for videos and Discord. However, for the AOC monitor, if you're really conscious about color themes, then note that the chin of this monitor has a strip of red. Another thing to note is that for anyone who wants to clean up their setup, I highly recommend investing in some monitor arms. While many monitors that you buy from the stores come with stands, a monitor arm takes that stand and puts it to the side so that you have more room for under the monitor. They also have the extra benefit of allowing for more flexibility in how you want your monitors placed. And while I have a dual monitor arm, they have many options for single and triple monitor setups if that's what you want. The monitor arms that I purchased came from a company named Vivo. These arms have a gas spring design, which gives you more flexibility in how you want to orientate the height of your monitors. One of the newer additions I have to the setup is on top of my monitors. And if you need a hint, it's partly because of the pandemic we have going on. More specifically, it's a webcam, the Logitech C920. And I primarily bought this because I needed a webcam for my online classes. However, this also gives me the ability to have face cam on my Twitch streams. Oh, did I mention that you can follow me on Twitch? Link in the description. For actual specifications, this webcam captures 1080p at 30 FPS or 720p at 60 FPS. The most underappreciated part of any setup is the chair. And that's because it doesn't have any direct influence on how you perform during games. But having a better chair allows you to have longer extended play sessions. The model I have comes in at around $150 and it's called the Allura Illusion. From my experience, I really like the cushion of the seat as well as the back mesh it has. But if you are a person that spends 8 hours or more each day on a chair, then it would make complete sense to spend top dollars on top chairs. The last things I wanted to talk about are the equipment that I use for my vocals. So let's begin with my microphone. This microphone is actually the one I'm using for voiceovers for this video. The product is the Samsung Q2U. And it looks like a microphone that you would use for concerts or karaoke. But ironically, this microphone's actually used for podcasting and streaming. At the core, it is a dynamic microphone with a cardioid voice pattern. And for those who are interested, a dynamic microphone tends to have better voice isolation and a much more radio sound as compared to its counterpart, a condenser. Some dynamic microphones include the Shure SM7B and the Rode PodMic. On the other hand, a condenser microphone, namely things like the AT2020, are more susceptible to picking up background noise, so those are only recommended for those who have a well-treated room. And the reason why I chose the Samsung Q2U is because of its flexibility. You see, the special thing about the Samsung Q2U is that it accepts both USB and XLR connections. So if you're just beginning in content creation, you can buy the Samsung Q2U and connect it straight to your computer using a USB. And then down the line, if you want to upgrade, you can buy an audio interface and connect this microphone via XLR. But anyways, I have this microphone connected straight into my audio interface, which is the Motu M2. Besides from having really good preamps and 60 decibel gains, it has an LED screen to show output and input levels of your microphone. Furthermore, this audio interface has individual buttons for 48 volt phantom power and monitoring. The Motu M2 comes just under $200 and has a really nice, solid black exterior, with many imports on the front and back of it. While the Samsung Q2U does come with a tripod, I purchased a toner boom arm from Amazon. The boom arm is really sturdy with a large base for it to sit on. A boom arm is highly recommended for those who want the best sound quality from their current microphones, as it allows the person to move the microphone a specific distance away from the mouth and at the perfect height. To end off the video, I wanted to talk about things that can put some personality into your setups. The first thing that people go to is their lighting, and they usually match the lighting with the colors of their themes. For my setup, I have an RGB strip that goes around the desk and a Pixar lamp with an RGB bulb in it. Personally, I like to go for a fire and ice theme, but go for what you like. And for my final recommendation, be sure to add stuff to your setup that is personal to you. I'm a huge anime fan, so I have a lot of figurines and plushies around, as well as manga on my shelf. Before I leave, be sure to like and subscribe to the channel so I can post more relaxed content. And you can follow my TikTok where I'll be doing reviews of specific products from my setup. But anyways, I'll be watching episode 8 of Attack on Titan, so wish me luck. Peace.